Welcome back everyone to another action figure review. We're going to start taking a look at the new set of Joytoy figures that's just been released. And they are the 10th Legion Flying Cavalry set. Early product shots and pre-orders labeled the figures as Type A, B, and C. And there was 5 figures, so okay, well, what's going on here? Why is there 2 Type A's, 2 Type B's, and 1 C? Well, the reason for that being is they have actually now, with having the packaging in hand, one Type A is a heavy, and then we have a normal Type A, a Type B, there's a Type B heavy, which we'll be doing a video of here soon, and then there's a basic one, and then the Type C is also a basic one. So that's how we have the 5 10th Legion Flying Cavalry team. This is the first one that I've chosen to do because, quite frankly, I think he's my favorite of all. Just aesthetically and from the pictures, I haven't had it in my hand till now. So, but I just like the appearance. I think the helmet, it just looks fantastic, and I love the blue. So we're gonna take a look at it. This is the packaging. Comes in. See, what we used to seeing, like the window box. Front of it, we have the Joytoy logo on the top left with the battle for the stars underneath that. Nice image of the character on the front. Flying Heavy Cavalry Type A there on the side. These are 1/18 scale action figures. Nice gray background, looks cool. This the box is that real nice yellow and black. Top of the box we have the Joytoy. Bottom we have the Battle for the Stars logo. On the sides, both sides have the 10th Legion Flying Heavy Cavalry, and this one's the Type A. On the back, we have a product image, Battle for the Stars and Joytoy logo here, 10th Legion at the top. We have a product description there, product information, company information. What I find interesting here, we have some new literature. This product is suitable for ages 17 and up. Please read the instructions carefully before you open product. Well, let me tell you something. And also, this is a heads up here on my channel. First of all, you can't read the instructions without opening product because the instructions are inside. Second of all, this came with a saran wrap on it, like plastic wrap. I had to take it off. You're probably asking, okay, before I did the review. The reason I took it off is because throughout social media, like on Facebook and groups and friends, I've heard a lot of people are getting their figures, the flying heavy 2 figures. There's no helmets, so the helmets are missing. So no one knows, as of right now, as I know, no one knows what's going on. It's either it has to be like a product or manufacturing issue. They're just either forgetting to put them in. There was bad instructions on, I don't know how they run their factories, but when you guys get these, be careful, because you may be missing your helmets. For example, I know I've got mine from Locker Toys, and if you contact them, they'll send you a new helmet whenever they have it, or they figure out what's going on. I was very, very lucky on my Flying Heavy Cavalry Type A and B both have the helmet, so I'm very excited that I wasn't the ones that are experiencing the missing helmets, which is great for me. And I sympathize for you guys that are missing your helmets. But just be patient and contact Locker Toys. Do a follow-up. And they're really good. They'll get you your pieces you need. Just so you know to watch out for that. So that's why the saran wrap's missing from this one and the Type B when we do the review for that one. But back to this. I'm starting to wonder if they're starting to watching some of my videos. Because remember I always say, like, know your range of your articulation. You don't break your joints and stuff. Some components are limited in movement and could be damaged if inappropriately twisted or bent with excess force. Interesting. I've been saying that. I also want to point out something else. Keep this product away from fire. Okay. Heater or any place with high temperature to avoid deformation. Well, yeah, of course, if you burn it. Don't put these in hot water. Use a hairdryer. When they say keep away from heat, they're not talking about heating your figures with a hairdryer. They're talking about extreme heat, like fire or a torch, That's not deformation. That's melting your figures. You get to that point, it's ridiculous. So the verbiage here is kind of up in the air, so be careful with that. We have the warning for tricking heads with small parts under the age of 3, and here's UPC. And you guys are probably ready to get to the review. But there's some information there that it's kind of exclusive. I mean, there's people that know it more than me, but I'm trying to provide a good content, get the information out there, make sure you guys are extremely happy with your purchase, because these are pretty cool. There's no one else got anything like this. So here's the window box. Inside, you can see the character without his helmet on. It's a bald character. 10th Legion Flying Heavy Cavalry at the top. Very cool. And a clamshell. As you can see right here. So this is what you're going to look for if you first open up. You want to see if your helmet's missing. Cool. So I'll go ahead and get him out of the box. I've noticed one thing, that we don't get a stand anymore. There's really nice round stands. Do not come with this character at least, or the B type. Here's a product insert. Here's some accessories showing you all you get. It's really cool. It's the back of it. Precautions, make sure you read that, and how to disassemble your figure. Okay. This is what he looks like. Now also I noticed they've just started using tape. There's no tape on this side. This is one piece of tape here. It's kind of not even working position. So I gotta move this stuff out of the way. And then I noticed, just for your information, that they are doing something different, which there's tape here on the knife, tape on the pistol. Do not like that because it kind of can take away your paint. But that's what that looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff out, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. Here he is out of the packaging. He looks fantastic. Love that blue. Wow, very nice. Let's take a look up close at some of this. Here's the head sculpt. It's a bald character. He has a mustache, brown eyebrows. Looks fantastic. Looks like we have some scarring here on the face. Goes above the ear down. Some scarring here on his top of his side of his head there. Yeah, some scars coming down on his side, down the back of his head. This guy's definitely seen some battle. Maybe crashed a couple times. So we have a maroon scarf. Blue, beautiful armor. This is beautiful coloring, and it's just done so well. It's not bright, but it's kind of dulled down to show some wear, but it looks amazing in hand. We have some white here throughout on his chest armor. He does have we'll get to the back of this thing. There's a lot going on in this figure. So he has a belt. Here's like where you would put, you can pull this out, separate it. Brown bag here. We have a tan one there. We have another tan one here. This thigh pad is really cool. Look at here, we have some silver. I don't know what these would be. These could be like the side thrusters to go sideways when he's flying, or it's definitely some kind of ports. Then we have a steel piece here. Looks like steel. There you can see bolts. It's almost like a screw. Some white here. We have some more of those like ports. I just think that's for air, or maybe for quick escapes, or changing positions while in flight. Here we have white on the bottom. On his knee pads we have these very nice blue arrows. I kind of thought maybe it's kind of like a rank. This is actually on top of his helmet also that I noticed inside the packaging, which we'll take a look at. Those are on both knee pads. Then we have the 10th here on this one side of his thigh pad. We do have the gun holster here on this thigh pad. And these are the softer, which is great because the first ones I started coming out with are real hard. So nice and flexible. And he has a new type of pistol. Let's see how well that fits here when we take a look at the accessories. More ports. The back of here, you can see nice thick joints. Some more screws that are painted there. The back of this belt, there's those 2 brown bags, and we have that centerpiece. So let's get to the part that everybody's interested in. So overall, before we start, I think how you remove this. Okay, you're going to have to remove the hands. There's nothing holding it all the way up to here. So you have, I want to say 5 points that you have to remove technically. So you have to remove the 2 hands, slide these off, and you're going to free this entire piece. You're going to come up here, and on each side you got to pop these out. Throw on a peg. So I recommend you heat them up. And but I'm not going to, because, and try to stay close as you can to the ball so you don't break nothing. And they pop back in. So that's your 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And on the back, under here, there's a, unfortunately, I don't like this, but there's a peg hole. I don't want them to start getting into a new way of doing things, because we were getting those amazing backpacks with working straps, and there was no holes in their backs. That's incredible. That's what we want for premium figures. We don't want a Hasbro figure. We want a figure that has beautiful articulation and aesthetics, and necessary holes in your figure. So let's take a look at the articulation of this fixture, I guess. So we're going to have many points of articulation here. So we have a little bit here. So right here is articulation. There's some here. There's articulation here. Okay, so there's, like I said, if I got that here, got that. There's articulation here, right there. And there's articulation on the other end here. We have articulation here and here. See how that moves? Then it's the same for the other side. Here, here, and best I can tell, right there also. And it's the same for this arm also. Here, here, and then this also is articulated. So, see if I can move some of this to watch how this works all together. So there is a lot of articulation in that exosuit, we're going to call it, for all purposes intended. Hopefully that was all on camera, because I got this zoomed in. I'm just trying to get as highly detailed as possible for you guys. So that's the articulation for that, and how to take that off. I'm not going to take it off. It's pretty self-explanatory. And so let's take a look at the articulation. The head's on the ball joint. It does rotate 360. A little bit side to side. Down, up a little bit. Now also, you gotta remember this whole apparatus is going to give you guys some hindered articulation, but it's still pretty good. So the arms flow up about that much with the exosuit. Now if you take it off, you're going to get standard 360 all the way around, you know, in different, more of a bend ratios than you would get with it on. If you have a Joytoy, you kind of going to expect to know what that's going to be. There is actually elbow twist here, 360. Elbows do bend on both arms. They go up that much, even with that suit on. You're going to get 90 degrees with the exosuit. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these wrists real quick, so give me 1 second. So I had to remove this to see what kind of articulation we had, what kind of wrist they decided to use, the old or new. They had the new type wrist where it has that ball and the hands rotate all the way around. They will spin 360 and it's just on that new pin joint. But since I have that off, see how this removes. That's it there. So it's completely off now. And then you pull this off the backpack and you got it off. Just to re-clarify that. Okay, I'm going to reassemble that and be right back. Okay, so we're back. Can continue with the articulation. He has a side to side on his waist. Grab crunch back and forth, no problem. Rotation 360 if you want it, it's there. Kind of hindered a little bit. We have, he sits pretty good with that big bulky armor on, no problem. We have thigh rotation as we're used to seeing. Double jointed knees looking fantastic for a very largely armored character. One you're ever going to need. It looks great. And then the feet do pivot down. And there is a toe up articulation. And they do rotate, but I really can't go to 360 because of the way the armor is currently on the figure. So it looks fantastic. So here's a 360 look, and then we'll take a look at his articulation. So make sure you pause the video if you want to look at anything more in detail, if I'm going too fast for you. Looks really great. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories. First off, we have his helmet. Looks very cool. I love how those eyes look. There's silver there, the blue on the sides, the black on the sides there, some gunmetal. On the top we have that same symbol that's on his knee pads, with some red there on the sides. Back has the gunmetal plate. These are not helmets that fit over their heads. They are interchangeable heads. You have to take off your unmasked head to put this head on, and I will do that now so we can take a look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, here he is with his helmet on, or swapped head I should say. He looks very nice. And the articulation is pretty much the same, side to side, all the way around if you want it, and back to front. Next we have the jetpack piece, basically with the wings. We do have some nice water tempers here with some red and black warning stripes. We have some gunmetal here, yellow here, red arrow down. The thrusters are painted red. We have some yellow here with the pipes coming out, or tubes coming out of the side there. Really good. On this side we can see more of the yellow in the tubes or pipes. These is a stationary piece. This is one piece. Unfortunately, there's no articulation in the wings. They are bent that way. You can't do anything with them. There's a peg, and it is simply going to peg onto the back of the character's jetpack here. I'll go ahead and put that on and be right back. Okay, here's how that looks. It kind of sits at an angle, so you can see here. Man, there is so much detail in these figures. These figures are beautiful. Very nice. See how that looks. Wow, looks fantastic. Very cool. Here we have his assault rifle. It is a new sculpt. Looks really cool. Huge clip here at the bottom. Done in a white and black plastic with white and a little red paint here. I'm not a big fan of this, but I'll tell you what, this looks good. This is huge here in the center. So you might not have any problems even getting your figure to hold this right here. I think I fell off camera, sorry about that. Nice. So definitely looks like it's going to be well held by the figure. You see the gaps between there. Looks incredible. See how well he holds it. And here he is holding the weapon, no problem. You see how much space is still left in that area there for his hand. Looks really good. Very nice. Next weapon we have is his small Gatling gun or minigun. Done like a gunmetal color. We have a red drum. I'm assuming that's where all the shells are kept. I'm probably going to empty this thing pretty quickly. No movement on the front here. Looks really, really nice done, nicely sculpted. Very interesting design. Have a handle there. Let's take a look and see how well he holds this. So here's holding the small Gatling gun. It's kind of hard to get his hand to come over there. Maybe I have to work on it a little bit more, but it's a little difficult to get him to hold both hands. But it looks really cool regardless. Looks great. Here he has his pistol. This is a new sculpt, a new weapon for Joytoy. This is pretty cool. We have a bar down here again. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We have the silver and black pistol. Maybe a little red spot scoop there. That's cool. And he looks very good. Very cool. Can hold up perfectly. Very nice. No problem at all. And his pistol fits perfectly in his holster. Due to the soft plastic now, these are just simply take it, stick it in at an angle, and push over to the side. No problem. No breakage or anything. It's really, really good. And he has his knife. Looks pretty cool. I believe this is also new to Joytoy. Silver blade. Looks really, really menacing. We have a spiked handle to cover the knuckles. A grip. Black. Looks cool. Very nice. And he can definitely come sneaking down on some stealth missions to do some silent kills. Sneak down right on them very quietly. Depending how loud his jetpack is here, unless he just turns off and glides down. And maybe use those side ports for some kind of slowing motion. There's nowhere to keep the knife. There's no holster or anything that I can tell, unfortunately. But it's a really cool accessory. So the last thing you get is 4 alternate hands. You get these 2 gripping hands. They're tighter than ones on the figure. So, but the hands that were on there, they held the accessories no problem. Except for that range on that Gatling gun. Then you get 2 fist hands here. They're like punching hands. So if you want to go to hand combat, no sweat. These guys got you covered. Okay, so my final thoughts on this. Amazing. This is an amazing piece. First off, let me tell you, I didn't heat anything. This is straight out of the box. The joints are perfect. The tolerances are perfect. No issues. I was even taking the head off, popped the hand off. I heat this figure one time. Do I recommend that? No. For me, I'm an experienced Joytoy collector. I've dealt with many joints. So I can feel when it's safe or not. Of course, it's your toy. Do what you want. But I didn't heat anything. So that's also just a point I'm trying to bring up, that how they're continuing to improve on their products. It's fantastic. The overall sculpt, beautiful. Paint, beautiful. Love the head sculpt. The helmet head sculpt. There's not much to see on the actual unmasked. It's just a bald character and a mustache. That exosuit is upper armor. On the back of this thing is just incredible. The amount of articulation, the amount of moving parts. You got to think about all the figures, all the parts they have to manufacture. Each little part is a different mold. And you're paying, these retail for like between 25, I'm going to give you an average, 25 to 30 bucks. So, well worth the money. Beautiful figure. The accessories are great. The pistol's beautiful. I wish we had a place for the knife on the figure, like a holster maybe. They could add it to this thigh pad here or somewhere. Don't want to get it anywhere under his arm, because that can definitely hinder or make a nuisance for playability. But but you know, I could live with that. It's not a big deal. It's definitely not a deal breaker for this. This is beautiful. Highly recommend this. Absolutely amazing figure. So I'm going to be doing a review for the Type B here soon, the next day or so. So please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. Please like and share the video. I really appreciate that very much. Thank you all who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys are Joytoy collectors, I recommend you grab this guy. The reason, you can check for yourself right now, and then I'm not lying. I got this at Locker Toys, like 26 bucks. This thing's sold out within a couple of days of it being in stock. Because they filled the pre-orders first, I think, and then they put the rest in stock. I didn't pre-order, I just bought it. And I checked it like an hour later, just I wanted to see there was some more product images of it, and they were sold out. They still have the Type B if you're interested. So check that out. Or you can wait till they come to the States. You're going to pay a little bit more for them, but highly recommend these. Pick them up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in our next review.